May the Lord's peace be upon you, one and all. This is Masoud, Saberzadeh, LasVegasForUs.com and Realty One Group. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the best way to pick the best Las Vegas residential investment properties. And the reason that 32,000 Las Vegas homes, condos, and townhomes have been sold in this year so far is that Las Vegas residential real estate and also commercial real estate, if you can find the right properties, are great investment opportunities. And one of the reasons is that Las Vegas real estate is about 15% undervalued, which I have discussed that using Case-Shiller graph in my previous blog posts. And the other reason is the cash flow that an investor can gain from buying a Las Vegas home, condo, or townhome. And it's possible to make 7, 8, 10% net return on the investment while buying a really nice home in Las Vegas. Between Karen and I, we've shown or previewed more than 2,500 residential properties in Las Vegas, so we're pretty familiar with Las Vegas real estate. But in order to do the study that I had to do, I divided Las Vegas into 1 mile by 1 mile grids, and it just happens that a lot of Las Vegas is built that way. What I did is I printed an aerial photo of one block in Las Vegas and then printed everything that's sold in that one block, and you can see this here. And I also printed everything that was rented in that one block, and you'll see that information here for a suitable duration. And so I could learn what's built in that block, what year they were built, how much they're sold for, and what the rental income gained from it is gonna be. So I showed you one block. Now this file contains about 25 of them 1 mile by 1 mile blocks between Sahara, which is a major street in Las Vegas, and also Charleston. And this folder contains every block from the western mountains to the eastern mountains, and I repeated this about 20 some folders. So I took a look at all the information in that, and what I was really looking for is what would make a good investment property, a good rental property, because that's what investors should be after. So I looked at vicinity to the highways, how close they are to good schools, to parks, hospitals, shopping areas, so on and so forth. And what I really wanted to was to have all the information that I want about one listing in one row. So that would help me decide if the listing is a good listing to show an investor or not. And what I figured out is that the most important factor in a listing is what I call rentability. Rentability didn't exist in English language until I made it up. And it measures how quickly a residential property in Las Vegas can be rented. And what I picked is rental in about a month. And it just happens that there is no one good area in Las Vegas, and if one wants to gain really good information, you have got to have information on subdivision basis. Subdivision in Las Vegas is the name for a common interest property, and they may or not have a gate or walls around it, and so on and so forth. And what I did is I tried to find good rental subdivisions. So it happens that this rentability number is different for different subdivisions. Like I took a look at a condo community in Las Vegas that rented only 2 out of 38 condos in less than a month. Now, and it does take about about 5 months, 4 or 5 months to rent an average condo in that condo community, condo subdivision. What happens here that an investor may buy a condo there and fail to rent it for a few months. That investor is eventually going to panic and try to undercut the competition rental rates in order to get a rental for his condo. And then the next investor is going to do the same, and so on and so forth. What happens in this condo subdivision is that you're going to get declining rental rates, and also the investors cannot pick from a good pool of renters. They're lucky to get the renter, to get one renter to rent their condos. Conversely, there are subdivisions in Las Vegas that rent 14 out of 15 homes in less than a month. And in the third video, actually I'm going to show you a subdivision that rented 9 out of 9 homes in under 2 weeks. Now in this case, you're going to get a investor that can choose from a pool of renters, pool of applicants, get the best renters, and also in a subdivisions that 9 out of 9 homes get rented in under 2 weeks, rental decline will not come. If anything, you gotta expect rental increases, and also the investor can pick from a pool of applicants, rental applicants, and pick the best renters. This will help that subdivision, and also it's gonna eventually help the increase in prices for that subdivision. In the and my last issue that I'm gonna discuss in these 4 videos that I made for you is that the process of an investor contacting a Las Vegas realtor or real estate agent for investment properties is broken, because what's that investor gonna get? If the Las Vegas real estate agent is really good and knows his area, so on and so forth, he or she will email that investors a few listings. What I'm gonna discuss in the next video is that there is really no good information in them listings to help an investor decide whether or not an investment property is a good investment opportunity or not. In the third video, I'm gonna discuss the solution that I came up with, and in the fourth video, I'm gonna talk about the conclusion. I'm gonna in this next 2 videos, I'm gonna show you listing pages and also a data sheet, which have to be watched in full screen mode. Otherwise, there is going to be a lot of degradation. You're not gonna see the data very well. So please, for the next 2 videotapes, click on the full screen mode. I will see you in a minute in the next video. God bless.